welcome back. NicknLex here. Thank you so much for joining me today to this new episode of Music with Nick. Today, I got a request by someone new. I'm not new to the channel, but this is his first like request or like sponsored video, and we got another ERIK. So I don't give away last names, but we're just gonna call him ERIK for now. If you have a YouTube name or something that you use online, let me know. But this is a fantastic story, and I'm wearing a t-shirt that I bought on a trip. So check this out. So we got first of all, let's get into the music real quick, and then I'm gonna tell you a story. So stay tuned. So we're gonna do a song by the artist or band called Art Farmer. And we're going to do, I think this is called Chanson. I think it's Chanson. And the album is called Crawl Space. And this is from 1977. Now, what I think this is jazz fusion because ERIK sent me an email, and check this out. This is amazing. This is an amazing story to see sometimes how small just like the world is, you know. I mean, it's huge, but so it says here, hey Nick and Lex. So obviously this is for Nick and Alexia, you know. It says here, I'm a big fan of your channel, found you through Steely Dan reactions. I'm subscribed and I've been following you ever since. I especially enjoy your prog fusion reactions. Thanks for putting me on to Gentle Giant, which is wonderful because I didn't really know a Gentle Giant, but this is the one that I did put on because it was just like out of my collection. I've been listening to this for years, for like, I don't know, for the last 10 years. Pierre Morlin's Gong. That one I remember, I put it on as like, I think I'm going to show, some people are going to enjoy this. And because also Alan Holdsworth was involved and the whole Holdsworth, I guess, thing, I'm sure maybe ERIK is a fan of because it's jazz fusion. And so I love that you mentioned Gong because that one nobody has ever requested. Like that was just me. And so it says here, my first request is Chanson. I think it's Chanson by Art Farmer. It's of the CTI label, which has a deep catalog of excellent 70s jazz funk. And then check this out. It says here, P.S. I actually ran into the into the both of you at the baggage claim in Munich a year ago, and I remember this moment. I remember that moment so because both of us, Alexia and I, were like almost like we did not expect this. I mean, we fly over the Atlantic Ocean, you know, and then suddenly we hear NicknLex. And we turn around and this gentleman is like, hey, I really like your videos. I really like your Steely Dan reactions. And he just left. We didn't even have time to like shake hands or like say hi because it looked like ERIK was in a hurry. But man, we never forgot you. You know, we were like, I can't believe that someone recognized us from the channel here in Munich, you know, in my hometown. And I had just returned after literally leaving Munich pretty much as a preteen, you know. So I was barely back, and people, I don't know, were already greeting us. It was a wonderful day, and it was a wonderful, you know, 10 days that we spent in Munich, and I could finally show Alexia around my hometown, and we were everywhere. We went to my old house, my old neighborhood, and obviously, you know, everything there is to see in Munich. I mean, as a child, I would travel by myself everywhere to Olympia Park, Olympiastadion, and Marienplatz, and you know, everywhere. I would go to the movies, I would go to school by myself with the S-Bahn, with the metro system. And so that's why I was also able to just like, you know, go everywhere, and I knew everything, and we didn't need a plan. I was just like, once we get there, I'll know what to do. And that was such a cool experience for Alexia because she's usually the planner. She just plans out the day, and I was like, you won't have to plan it. I'll take you. You won't even have time, but we won't have time to see everything because, you know. So yeah, and then also I love that he said Servus, which is like, hey, see ya, you know. And then he says ERIK. So again, thank you so much, ERIK. So nice to meet you. A pleasure. all the way across the Atlantic Ocean over there in Germany. And it's going to be a pleasure to do this reaction, of course. So here we go with some Art Farmer. And yeah, this is, I hope it's Chanson. If I'm butchering the name, I do apologize. So here we go. I hope you guys enjoy, and I hope you enjoyed the story. So let's go. Here you go. Going back to the theme. Wow. That was something. And I looked up the musicians because I was like, wow. Because first I thought, okay, I think it's a trumpet, but it's too soft for a trumpet. So it's a flugelhorn. And man, so Art Farmer on the flugelhorn. We got Jeremy Steig on the flute. I loved how they were harmonizing together. ERIK Gale on the guitar, wonderful guitar solo. Just to get that out of the way, I'm super excited right now. I'm trying to get in touch with Steve Kahn. He wrote to me on my birthday. He's like, "Happy birthday, Nick," and I'm like, wait a minute, you know. And I wrote him back, but I'm sure he's super busy. He has a bazillion friends on Facebook, so we met through Facebook, but on the Alan Holdsworth page, he was, you know, a member on there, and I'm a member. So we got into like guitar talk and stuff, and he has been, of course, you know, with pretty much everyone who's amazing and famous in the jazz world. He has played with, and Steely Dan, of course, on the entire Gaucho album, and I would love to interview him. So just because we were talking about guitar, but that solo was wonderful. So let's pray that we get Steve Kahn on the channel. And so yeah, bass, oh my god, the bass here, Will Lee, wonderful. The way he held it all together, wonderful. And playing the electric bass and the gong. And then we have Steve Gadd, another player who is just incredible, also of Steely Dan fame, but I mean, he has played with everyone, who is, you know, someone in the fusion and jazz world, you know. So just this album is wonderfully, I mean, the cast here, you know, the personnel of players is just wonderful. This whole thing, the way it starts, great theme, the length, it was never too saturated, you know. It had great improvisations. I love the harmonies. I loved that flute solo, the way he was singing the notes into the flute, almost like, you know. I love that because they already know what they're gonna play in their mind, so they can sing it. So he's singing it while he's like, you know, playing, you know, getting the air into the flute. Wonderful improvisation. The drumming, you know, the bass, everything, the chord progressions, just a wonderful tune. Very cool. And Art Farmer, and I've never really heard of them, you know, but yeah, it reminded me a little bit of Chuck, but I think Chuck is more commercial. This is, I guess, more free, you know. But what a track. This was definitely something. Thank you so much. And I really want to do Mauricio the other day said, why don't you do like a Holdsworth Thursday? Maybe not just like a Holdsworth Thursday, but at least the jazz fusion, like a guaranteed jazz track or fusion track every Thursday. That I would love to do, you know. and I'll do them, if you don't request them, I'll do them anyways. It would just be nice, to do some behind me, for example, Gianluca Ponti, um, or Chick Corea or Miles Davis or Herbie Hancock, like the greats, some Coltrane, Holdsworth, Pat Metheny, get into that. Do more jazz. This was a wonderful tune. Very, very cool. I'm definitely going to listen to it right now while I edit the video. But again, thank you so much, Eric, for requesting this. And what a nice coincidence, that we did meet. Because I do remember, I don't really remember your face that well, of course. So if I would see you in the street, I wouldn't recognize you because it was so quick. We just turned around and we're like, hey, and you were on your way. And I don't know where you were coming from. We were coming from Montreal, and because we flew, Denver, Mexico City. No, wait a minute. Was it Denver? I think it was Denver, Montreal, and then I don't know, but we did go to Mexico City for some reason, but that doesn't make any sense. But well, let me know if you want to share, of course, where you were coming from. But it was either Mexico City or Montreal. I think it was Montreal when we arrived in Munich. Direct flight from there. But it could have been, I don't know, because we did meet someone in Mexico City on that trip. But it could have been also when we went to Spain. I don't know. We've been flying a lot lately, so it's a little bit of a blur. But it was definitely last year. And it was just so fantastic. I rekindled. We've always been, in touch, but we got to hug each other again. My best friend Toby in Munich, who I've known since we were like in kindergarten, and all through like middle school and a little bit of high school, and then we unfortunately we had to part ways because my parents and we moved to Mexico, and we finally got to meet again. And now he has 3 kids. I'm married, he's married. It was just a wonderful time, such a great time, and that's why I put on the shirt, of course, as well. Again, thank you so much, Eric, for this amazing track. I didn't stop. Maybe I should have stopped to comment a little bit more, but I think my face says everything. I did a lot of stank faces, and I keep doing, it's a very, I think, Mexican thing that's somebody in the comment section was like, why do you do that? And I'm like, because something is amazingly good. And a lot of Mexicans do that, even though I'm not Mexican, but it's just something of the culture. And even when you write something, somebody can like answer you back with a TSSS. I like tss. And this guy's like, you sound like a snake when you do that. I'm like, I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to look for a different channel because I don't think I'm gonna stop doing it. It's embedded now in my being. So yeah, I did a lot of that, and it's just like when somebody's so good, when you can't find any words, you just hiss, I guess, But this was wonderful. Thank you again so much, Eric. Thanks everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Let us know what you think in the comment section. Have you heard anything of Art Farmer before? If you have, let us know. If you would like to listen to more or any other kind of jazz, maybe next Thursday, put it in the comment section. But I think we need more people that listen, that like jazz and jazz fusion in, because I do get comments, oh, I only watch your Rush videos and stuff like that. That is just like, why only, you've been listening to them for 40 years. Why only listen to them? Why don't you check out some Dream Theaters, some Shadow Galleries, some Symphony X? Why not enrich your life more? I don't get it, and there's not a lot of views, unfortunately, on these videos because people are just, I don't know, maybe just too comfortable with their music that they already know. But I think it's always nice to kind of like take a little bit of a risk and step out of your comfort zone, and then you may find music that is going to change your life. A lot of people that I'm friends with they've never had heard that stuff that I listened to, like Ron Jar Zombek, Spastic Inc., Watchtower, you know, that kind of stuff. And now they're literally like their world has changed. They're like, I can't believe I didn't know this music, but that's how I felt, you know, with Steely Dan, with this, with, you know, with stuff that we've been reacting to. So I just recommend it, you know, step out of your comfort zone. Don't just watch a certain type of video. I mean, anyways, the Rush guy will not see this, but I wish that people would just step out a little bit out of their shell and, you know, take a risk and listen to like stuff that's maybe that they don't know, you know. Again, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you all in the next one.